I'm Piotr. Hello, everybody. The dramatic circumstances I'm coming out by myself. My son was born 10 hours ago, so my best. I'm here for 1 hour more in Krakow, but let's get back to topic. I learned about Cynefin Framework more or less 2 years ago. And at first, I was completely puzzled, and my main question was, what's it for? How can I use it? Why talk about it? It's just theory. Maybe I think that for some of you it may be true that after the keynote, you may be puzzled. I have listened to Dave's talks a lot, to everything that's possible to find in the internet. And it took me maybe a year to get a little bit of understanding what is he talking about. So maybe it's me, but if some of you are puzzled, then don't worry, just learn more. What I found really interesting about Cynefin is that it explained to me when I started to understand it, and maybe David, if he's somewhere around, he will tell that I'm completely missing the point of Cynefin. I don't know, but for me it was a large inspiration, great inspiration, when I was thinking about ideas we were introducing in our company. I'm working in Talk, I'm a board member there. We are a small 60 people software shop, developers only, so the many things that I was trying to do, when I was managing projects before, then when I was sometime after when I was managing company, I was trying to move people towards the direction that I was thinking is best for the company, for the project, for them, and it never worked. I thought for a long time I was thinking they are a gang of completely chaotic people. They are against me, they don't want to listen, they don't understand what's good for them, and so on and so on and so on. Then I found out this. And also, what Dave didn't mention today, but I think he does in a few presentations, and maybe it was someone else, human systems, the systems that involve human beings, us, like companies, organizations, projects, are complex, or for a little bit more advanced way of phrasing it, these systems have aspects that are complex. And the correct way of behavior, a correct strategy is this: probe, do an experiment and try to understand what is, does it work or not? Do you have is the experiment beneficial, and then do more of it, and if it's not beneficial, then just throw it away and try something else. And I would like to tell you right now about a few things that we tried out in our company that worked, and as David is saying, if they work for you, it's completely by accident. So nothing guaranteed, but I think it's a nice way to start, nice idea about experiment you can do. I won't waste time talking about our company. The important thing that from the perspective of this talk is that we are kind of anarchy company. We are project company, so all of the stuff we do is projects, and every team is independent. Every team is able to make their own decisions, is allowed or empowered to do their own decisions, and we as a board, we are not enforcing any particular method like Scrum or Kanban or whatever, or technologies or tools, trainings, way they work, anything at all on the teams. They are making their own decisions. We are just presenting possibilities and the teams decide what to do. The problem, if you have this kind of organization, at least my problem was that everybody is going in their own direction. Everybody has their own goals. And my problem, the thing that I had to solve, how to align everybody so that we all go in the same direction. And by the way, it's not, if I say I mean we, and so it's just by accident. So we had a discussion some time ago how to align our company. And we said, let's do vision. It's very overused word or idea. We tried to do it. I hope it's better than in some companies, some visions I see at our customers, for example. A vision is basically the way you think about the future. And we, inspired by some other HBR article, we decided it's not only about future, let's talk about who we are right now, who we are as well. So we defined our core values, and I know that Dave Snowden is saying that it's a bad idea, but we did. And we defined our goal. Our values say who we are. In complex system, you should have to expect some kind of, or any kind of complex behavior to emerge, you should have boundaries. So values for us is a way of introducing boundaries into our system. And for a long time, I was thinking about our values in a wrong way. For a long time, I was thinking, we have 6 of them, 6 core values defined, and I thought that we defined the kind of a perfect employee, perfect talker. And that's completely wrong, because if we think about values this way, we would have the same people, the situation, the awesome situation is that we have ideally identical employees, and that's completely bad idea, because we have to introduce differentiation and variability into our system. So I kind of turned around and I look at our values differently. I think that defining 6 core values didn't say that we love these 6 values. We said that we don't, kind of the opposite way. We hate the opposite of those 6. So for example, we have, we said that we are generalizing specialists and we believe in generalization. That doesn't mean that only generalizing specialists fit, or that someone who, for example, believes in work-life balance, which is a value, could be a value as well. It's just not our core value. This person can fit in our company, but if someone believes that specialization is the way to go, this is a sign of a misfit. And if we don't fit each other on a few of our values, then probably we won't go along very well. So right now I think about our values like boundaries, and they say that here we live here, and if you want to be outside, it's okay. But then you are outside, you are not fitting our company. One important thing to say about values and our values is how we communicated them. And we used stories for that. And Monica yesterday was talking about stories, and also Dave 1 hour ago mentioned as well. Stories is the way people communicate ideas. This is the most powerful tool we have. So we used stories to describe our values. For each of them, we came up with a short story narrative that is presenting, that is kind of telling a story from our past, one of our projects, or one of our incidents with our customers that supports one of the values. And the thing that I would like to do more of it. Just it's a matter of time, but I would like to invite our employees to come up with their own stories, either describing how their own experience supports one value, or maybe there was a situation that we didn't have enough of a value or something like that. But with these stories, we build roots of our organization. These are very short stories that you can tell, you can hear in the kitchen or in the water tap or whatever. Yeah, like a elevator test for projects. Okay, that was values. That was who we are. For our goal, we said that it cannot be just a goal. We have BHAG, and that stands for big, hairy, and audacious goal. When I think about it, I imagine Wookiee. So for a goal to be motivating, it should be really big. It should be hard to achieve, but it should be possible to achieve. And we were trying to come up with such a goal that would motivate ourselves and that we would like to share with our employees, our friends and the company. And we said that our Wookie will be becoming the most recognizable Polish IT company in the world. That's big and that's hard to achieve, that for sure, but we think that it's actually possible. I'm giving this talk from time to time abroad, and I'm asking people, do you know any company, any Polish IT company? And they say no. And I say, you know one, right now, you know one. So we said that if we become recognizable Polish company, it will be possible. And I'm telling this because for a goal to be motivating, it should be, you should see the possibility of succeeding. And I see it, and I want to share with our employees. Okay, this is who we are. And now a little bit more of Cynefin. We know who we are. We said who we are. We said where we want to go. Perspectives is our way of doing strategy. And for many companies, they do strategy defining a distant goal and then defining various steps or large plan how to achieve this goal. And we said that will not work. This plan will, no matter what it looks like, it won't work. So we decided that we'll just go with small steps. We start where we are, and then what can we do, which step can we take towards the goal, and then we'll think again. And then we thought that the best way to become the most recognizable Polish company is to bankrupt one of our customers. That's really great of getting a lot of noise. And we said we don't want to do it. So we said we want to achieve our goal. We cannot just focus on this one goal. We should grow in a balanced way. And we came up, inspired by an idea of balanced scorecards, we came up with the idea of perspectives. We said that first we have to survive. If we don't survive, it's no matter what our goal is. So if we survive, to survive, we need to focus on our relations with customers, both present customers and future customers. As a service company, providing a service, we need to do our job well, so we need to be fit. So third perspective is fitness for us. We are working in an industry that's changing all the time, so we need to evolve. We don't want to become dinosaurs doing COBOL projects or whatever, so we want to evolve our tools, processes, techniques, technologies we use, and so on, everything. Finally, not finally, but the fifth one, we won't do it by ourselves, like the founders or the owners. We have a lot of owners, but still we need to invite as many people as possible on this quest. So we need to focus on our culture. And finally, in this industry, we take so much from the community or communities. I'm often feeling like Newton said, we are building on top of giants. So we want to give something back. So our sixth perspective is contribution. So we have our balanced scorecard of 6 perspectives, and in each of them we came up with a goal. And for a short time we thought about it as goals, but then and it would be a scorecard, balanced scorecard if we did. But then we decided that it's not the way we want to do it. And I shifted my way of understanding it from goals toward something I called theme right now. So in each of them we have a theme for now, and we are focusing all our activities in for example, in perspective of contribution, in one area. In contribution we are focusing on speaking at conferences. And in evolution, we are focusing on trying a new technology in every project, one new technology in every project we do. And we can change them as often as we want, as we feel like. So the idea here is that we are where we are, and we think about one small step towards our, or in our theme, so that it's, possibly it will allow us to grow in a balanced way. That's how we do strategy. I won't tell you how we do structure, but I will tell you about learning. Inspired by an idea that's called open book management, or management paradigm coming from United States, we decided we want to open our books. We want to teach our employees how our company is run from the financial point of view. The basic idea behind open book management is that there is something different between employees and owners. There is something different between employee mindset and owner mindset. And idea behind this open book management is to shift employees from employee mindset towards owner mindset. One of the aspects of it is stock programs or something like that. And we do it. So we have 1/3 of our company's owners. But it's just like a cherry on a cake. There's much more to it. And we started with educating people about finances of our company. And again, we decided that we want to do a small experiment. We didn't knew how it will turn out. But we knew that if everybody, that knowledge can be dangerous, and if someone that doesn't understand the numbers will learn that this company, this project earned 1 million something or whatever, they may not understand why, and they may make bad decisions with this knowledge. So we made a small experiment that we thought is fail to safe. We gathered a small group of people that we still call them team leader or project leaders, kind of a project manager thing without a lot of management to it. And we created our F team, this financial team with these people, and we started discussing and explaining how our company works and where we earn money, where we lose money, where we spend money, and so on. This experiment lasts for a few years right now, and we are starting to talk more openly with everybody about our rates and about earnings and so on and so on. So, for example, we publish our yearly report. One more concept coming from open book management people is great game of business, and this is something that Monika Konieczny is talking all the time, is gamifying your experience just on another level. And Monika is talking a lot about gamifying projects, gamifying teams, and great game of business is idea that is expected to support this transition from employee mindset towards owner's mindset, just on an enterprise or company level. We use it part of it. We use it to address our weaknesses. As every company, we have our weaknesses, and we did it last year, in the beginning of 2012. We decided that we have two major weaknesses. First, we are not very recognizable. We don't show off. So if we talk to a new customer, they often ask, "Who are you?" So that was our problem 1 year ago. And the other one, we have two major customers, and for every business having just two customers is a risk. So we said we have two major weaknesses, and we arranged games around those two. Our first game was very simple. If whenever someone speaks at a conference, they earn points. If the conference is abroad, like last year in Scotland, when I spoke, the score is doubled. Pretty simple, a little bit more complicated than that, but not very much. For the second game, whenever we organize a meeting with a new customer, we earn points. And with as every game, there also should be a reward. In this case, we have a financial reward, and in general, I'm very against any kind of financial bonuses in companies, although I know they have some benefits. But this is the way I believe financial rewarding can be done, and it's not having, it doesn't have this extrinsic motivation effect, at least too much. The other way, one of other ways of doing it is something that merit money that Jürgen Appello is speaking about. We had a short discussion about our ideas, and I think we agreed to disagree. But yeah, I think they are kind of similar. In our game, we win as a team. So we don't use this game as a mean of rewarding individual performance. We either all win or we all lose as a company. And in fact, last year we won. Yeah, one more thing to say about it is that in case we win, everybody is getting some set amount of some set rate in the bonus pool, let's say. So we don't use it at all as a mean of rewarding individual performance. Whenever you design a game, what I believe is true is that you should come up with an idea of a quick win. So that, like in the football, the objective is to win a league or win a tournament, but you have this quicker win in form of winning a match, and even quicker win in the mean of scoring a goal. So that's why we came up with the idea of getting points for speaking at conferences. It worked brilliantly last year. In 2011, so 2 years back, we had three public speakers in our company, and last year we had 12. So it's like 400% of growth. And that's 20% of our developers community. So if you think about your companies, it's every fifth of your developers speaking at some major conference, either in Poland or abroad. It worked so well that this year we introduced 2 more games. One is patching open source software. We want to involve more people. Not everybody is willing to speak at a conference, speak publicly. And the other one is Let's Learn. So we arranged the game around our weekly workshops that we have been doing for a long time. Whenever people participate in workshops, they also score points for the company. So this is a way of addressing a problem that we saw, that in weekly workshops that we were organizing for a long time, the same group of people was participating, and we want to involve as much people as possible. Okay, last one experiment I want to tell you about is with our salaries, but having no time, I won't tell you about how it worked. I will tell you how we introduced this one, so I will skip a few slides. The basic idea of the most important part of our salary system is that it's transparent. Everybody in the company knows how much someone else is earning. And that's a pretty big deal in Poland, I believe. So thinking about it, we were really scared. So we were really afraid what the reaction will be. And also, I think it's so big change that I didn't have any idea how to come up with a safe to fail small experiment with this one. So I like to think about it that we introduced it in a safe to stop way. We were getting feedback all the time. At first, when we had an idea, we designed the system. We discussed it with one other person who was suggesting that everybody in our company should be earning the same, and he was expecting some effects out of this strange system. But yeah, we decided it will be a little bit more complicated. Then we gathered a group of influencers. So we asked a few people in our company, a few ordinary employees from all levels of salary system or all levels of experience to come and listen to it. And we got a lot of feedback from those people. And what I recommend to take from this story is if you introduce a change, you don't want to have certain people against you. in your organization. So we introduced or invited to our group everybody that we thought is a leader of opinion. So we can have someone against us, but if we have one of these people against us, we would probably in 1 month we would have half a company against us if we didn't focus on our leaders. So we got our leaders of opinion, we got a lot of feedback from them, then we actually told about our system to everybody, got a lot of feedback from everybody, and in the end when we settled a lot of uncertainties, we actually asked everybody to vote on our wiki, internal wiki, so that everybody could say, yes, I agree, so that my salary will be public. And only those who actually agreed, they got access to other people's salary levels. Yeah, okay, let's keep this one. One thing that when I'm thinking about this talk is that I think that I have kind of a privilege to decide or to shape a company, to do experiments with a company, but there's a question, what can I do? What can you do with these ideas? I believe that all of them are applicable to projects, to project teams, to functional teams. Probably some of you are project managers or leaders or team leaders, team managers, whatever. For example, vision is something that's we forget about it in our projects all the time, but it's a very powerful tool of creating a team, in fact. So I would really recommend starting every project with defining a vision. Maybe it's only us that we don't do it too much because we want to focus on coding, but I guess others forget about it as well. Martin Florian is talking a lot about defining a vision for a company, for a team, for a functional team. He's giving his experience report, and I think he might have been speaking in ACE. He defined a vision, or he helped to define a vision for a business analyst team. So this is something you can do. When you, with the thing I mentioned about open book management, when you have a team and there are certain rules you have, teach others how your team is, how you make decisions. This is true on a company level, but also it's as well true on a project level. Okay, coming back to the end. When this guy jumped off the balloon, he did something new. He wasn't absolutely crazy. He had some experience with what he did, but it was still an experiment and something that Dave is talking about. Do experiments, because only with experiments, only with failure, you can learn something new. And the importance, I cannot stress this enough, and I would like everybody in my company to do experiments. Something I learned last year from Andrea, and you was saying a few times. I've seen your talk a few times last year, and he was saying, "I'm happy if my team makes mistakes all the time, just new mistakes every time, right?" So with no mistakes, we cannot learn, but without experimentations, every experiment has to fail, or it has a great probability of failing. Just design your experiments so they don't end up like this, so they are as safe to fail as possible. And so, yeah, okay. My final message for the last 30 seconds. Don't try to manage developers. I really believe it cannot be done. And I think it's true for not only developers, but also for other kinds of knowledge workers these days. Instead, create environment when they can manage themselves and teach them how they should manage themselves. Something I learned about managing is that from army guy, is that you manage things and you lead people. And for me, ideas I had the opportunity to present is the way of shifting from managing people towards leading people. And again, I mentioned that we build on top of giants, something I learned from Lean Agile Scotland that Chris was organizing, and I stole it from Matt Wayne. If it's not fun, you're doing it wrong. And I really agree with Matt Wayne that it's true for doing projects, doing Scrum. If it's not fun, you're probably doing it wrong. It's also true for development, for programming, and it's also true for managing or organizing a company. If it's not fun, then you should do something else. Thank you.